and it's one of the simplest formulas, which says if x is raised to power n, then the integral of that with respect to x is nothing but x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. So you take the whatever number comes here, n is any number, and whatever number comes here, you just add a 1 to it, and that's how simple it is. All you need to do is this n becomes n plus 1, and the same whatever is the power here can come as the power of the denominator. And the c is the constant of integration that is added. Let's look at a few places where this formula can really work with us. So suppose you have x cubed, then all you have, let's say 1 upon x raised to power 4, or you have another one expression which is under root of x. One more expression could be 1 upon under root of x, and you don't really have to have numbers. You can also have x raised to power e or x raised to power pi, because pi and e are just irrational numbers. Now, in each of these situations, if I can figure out what my n is, if I can figure out my n in each one of these situations, then I can easily figure out what to use as n in this formula. That's all I need to do. It's clear in certain cases. For example, here n is equal to pi, here n is equal to e in this situation. It's not difficult. We don't have to play wonders with that. Well, here we need to do some work. So let's come back to that later. This is another one which is really simple. I know x is equal to 3. So if I really know the integrals, I know that if I plug this 3 in here, I know that I will get x raised to power 3 plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 plus c. Well, this is a 1, it's not written properly. In these cases, I can put in n is equal to e, and I will get x raised to power e plus 1 upon e plus 1. And similarly here, I can get, when I put this pi, I get e is equal to pi plus 1. I can't simplify this any further, because I know, well, in each of these, it's very important to write plus c. So these are the easier ones. What about these the other ones? Well, we'll do some work. We know from algebra this is nothing but x raised to power minus 4. So my n in this case is minus 4. Again, from algebra, I know that this is nothing but x raised to power 1/2. So my n is a fraction, which is 1/2. In this case, I know my x is, the power of x is 1/2, but it's in the denominator. So I can write this as x raised to power minus 1/2, and my n in this case would be minus half. So in these cases, what I see is that either my power is a negative integer, it's a fraction here, and it's a negative fraction here, but the formula doesn't change. I put in this negative 4 in this formula, and what I get is x raised to power minus 4 plus 1 upon minus 4 plus 1 plus c, and therefore I can simplify this as x raised to power negative 3 upon negative 3 plus c. Similarly, when I put in n is equal to half in here, what do I get? I get x raised to power half plus 1 upon half plus 1, and I can simplify this a little bit. I get x raised to power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2, which can, this fraction can actually be written as 2 upon 3 x raised to power 3 upon 2 plus c. And in a similar manner, I can also take care of the negative 1/2.